is time, my friends. Card gaming versus the new FlyQuest. Actually, this is the new card too. Infiltrators on the roster. Bro, look at the roster. It's actually insane. Flyer, Moose, Infiltrator, Derek, players with VCT experience, man. And coming is a new talent that is good too. Solada on Reina again. You guys know how I love watching FlyQuest, but these guys are W gaming.
Duck up close and personal. That's your
They like Peripherals.
Down.
The good way and the bad way.
Moose is loose. Double for Moose.
I also love the throw, bro.
Sorex is looking to try to pop through here. And this will be awkward as Solada is able to just dive in and out. And timing is going to be everything as soon as this water wall falls. Sorex still holding for now. Patience starts to come through, and now the water starts to dry up just a touch around the site.
Yeah, just holding for a second here, seeing if QoR will look to overextend, giving Solada an opportunity to work. We'll find the one, no heal available.
Moose.
What?
Oh my gosh. It was going to be a battle of who was going to get to their fourth elimination first. Now it's just down to Kumi. 1v2
That's insane,
has
bro.
not been seen yet. Nets wall will drop.
Man,
Solada
that's
low.
great.
Taken down. Quick shot from Kumi.
One flash.
Yes, still a curveball.
Oh, but that was clean by Kumi. Yo, Solada got a 4K.
And
Lost the
QoR
round.
start us off. Feels like we're in for a fun one, friends.
Oh man,
Once more,
FlyQuest is
FlyQuest
always
just
fun, but in cards is a really good thing
to
too.
B side of the map. Infiltrator
Going to be amazing.
Had an opportunity at one, but it's Derek who finds the connection onto Tanza for first blood. Defense holding strong for now, but still the test underway for FlyQuest. Lots of utility blocking this next line of sight. Solada trying to get that Empress going. Not able to connect onto too much, and is actually going to take a lot of damage off that dart. Whoa! Infiltrator just sliding right over to Solada, allows the overheal to come through. Secondary shock dart lands again out of Derek. And the spike will be planted for V3.
Snakebite still to work with here to cut off one of these choke points. Not
I
even
love
in need
that,
of
bro.
though. Cleaned.
Well, Derek's
great
shoulders will not be able to see this
Yeah.
undercut passage of FlyQuest. Yeah, just Moose is nowhere to go. It's just tough. What else can you do, though, if you're Derek? I mean, it's good routing, good pathing. Spike will make its way onto B. And we will have a 5v4 post plant significantly in the favor
I want to
of,
see if they
FlyQuest
learn
here.
some lessons, you know,
Yeah,
bro.
really
Like,
late backstab from
because
net there
man,
as well. Hopefully
they are
able
so
to get there
good.
in
They are
time. Not that
W
it'll
gaming,
really
but bro,
be needed realistically.
they're proportional.
I say that, and
shoulder runs in
it's
the
maybe
same way, you know,
wishful
like-
thinking, because sometimes
like,
these
wow.
sheriffs can absolutely go crazy. But the backstab
You guys
does
watch
pay
Energy
off
West
up
Light
against
and
Kumi.
talking about, bro.
Yeah, that means that this retake, if there were to be
Unbelievable
one, it would have to be purely from the front at B main. FlyQuest are aware of that. Water wall comes up. First shot hits. Secondary
Nice,
also through the
Monza.
wall clips Flya. Last one left is Solada, who is just
Nice,
dancing
boys.
with
I
Derek,
like
and it's
that.
4 for Tanza for FlyQuest. At least
Man,
for
that
him.
was so aggressive by Derek.
Battle they're gonna come through. Wow, Derek just wants
Oh
more.
my!
As soon as the poison
He thinks
cloud
he's
falls,
playing
he'll
Jet,
take
bro,
away two.
again.
That's huge.
You're in Sova, man, going through that smoke like
Absolutely
that. What a
massive.
crazy
I
pick.
mean, walking through the poison orb as well.
You
trying
fight
to
W
nail
gaming with
him.
more W gaming. That's
Winning
what I
out that
like to
fight
see,
is
bro.
Crazy here. No smokes now available for FlyQuest. Onto the attack, and
Man, they
you
got
still
firewall
have
too.
Moose watching the cross with that camera.
Tanza trying to get up and over. There's a good viewpoint from this position.
30 seconds left.
Econ bolt deleted. Tanza looking for one, but he was searching for Moose, and it's Kumi who sneaks into the backside of the site and shuts down the knives play. This has been an extremely efficient defense for QoR, not only because, well, until that
Hey,
kill,
he'll
it was
that would be
flawless,
nice,
but
no?
they haven't used any ultimates either. But hold on a second.
There's no way you guys lose
FlyQuest will
strong,
come away
bro.
with a couple, and Solada's position is not
Bro,
going to be
if he
necessarily
actually
known, but
gave him a
Infiltrator just moves
chance
too
to get the
quick
kill, he would be...
or too hard to lock
Wait, there is
down.
not even
Duck.
time. What the fuck is happening?
With the Harbor ulti, can also ult off of it, depending on how FlyQuest wants to look to utilize those pieces of utility.
Clean. Fun. It's active. Reckoning gonna come through. Good reveal from Moose, but will be impeded by the water of the Reckoning. Hunter's Fury behind that, just nowhere to go. Good connection, good tally. Tanza, well, for a moment he thought was just gonna kind of control this back position, but Moose stays alive after being hit by the Reckoning. And now he's got a spy cam out to read the other offensive players. Unbelievable efficiency from Moose. Still not out of the woods yet. 3v2. And you don't want to just underestimate Duck and Sorex, but Derek continues to tally damage with these shock darts. But all of a sudden, Duck just walks through. Sorex finds another, and Moose, who is the one who was most surprising to stay alive in the first place, is now the last bastion of this B defense.
Yeah. I like how FlyQuest are sticking together here, playing in tandem for Sorex and Duck, ensuring that Moose can't isolate the 1v1.
He's going to get a sound cue eventually of the plant, and that will give him his chance to try to isolate.
Oh my god, bro.
But he's gone the wrong direction. Finds the first cleanly. Down to Sorex, who's already low. May not even require a headshot. The Cove coming into play, but it's Moose. Oh my goodness, a 1v2.
You got the luck, bro. You got the luck.
Moose had no business being alive in the first place in this round. That is insanity from Moose. A couple of times over now. Infiltrator looking to get aggressive, find the timing to play through mid. He's got Flya with him, but
could be better.
They don't trade that one out officially. Now Kumi in a little bit of pressure. Here, shut down, able to find the first. Good patience for all of it.
That was one of the cleanest things I ever seen in my life. That was so amazing, bro.
This is also very close.
Do you wonder if you kind of slow things down a little bit here? Because QoR have just been able to very comfortably...
Oh,
okay, that...
my goodness.
That, I was kind of talking over it because I did not expect it.
Oh my god, bro, what the fuck was that?
That's very unfortunate.
No.
Kind of got body blocked
GG, guys, that
He has to be just flying
oh
inside
my god, bro, what the fuck was that? I never seen this in my life, and I'm never gonna see that again, bro.
Okay. Well, there's the reckoning. Moose affected, but is he? We'll find out. Spike being planted. Derek only getting one. Moose this time caught off by Sorex. I like that from FlyQuest. They kind of bait the plant, see if they can catch QoR's defense on sight, and that works out beautifully.
That was so funny, man.
Curveballs to work with here. Upper angle. Not able to
put that as a wallpaper, bro.
Team ace here for FlyQuest.
Cove is currently in the way. Derek still holding. Still waiting for a chance to jump in as Moose. This is taking off so much at the post-plant clock. Now here comes the approach. Derek up and in.
Oh my god. They got demolished there, bro. No entry to darts.
Like, well,
damn, flawless.
Right. May not come through a second, but worth a try. Solana,
oh my
gets
god,
a big
look at
punish.
this speed, bro. There was 3 players that gets the kill and gets out.
And meanwhile, Infiltrator will also drop over towards Elbow. So great stuff initially, but responses there from Flya.
Yeah, it's a little bit more of what we kind of expect here from the Tanza and Solana duo. That constant aggression, they're always pushing out, looking for those early fights to try and catch QoR off guard on the defensive side here on Breeze. Hyper-aggression has been such a huge part of their identity on this map. These two players are just about to walk into 3 and Elbow.
Last player standing.
Well, trades are good. This time Moose will not find more than one. And they'll be on to Flya. Whoa, that's a free cam. He'll set himself up for an attempt to go for it, but it's also just a little extra bonus cash as Flya get a lineup here. Maybe.
Yeah,
not gonna happen. Oh, this position from net will be revealed by the owl drone. Bite will go down to slow things up. Run it back going to be used over towards the backside of tunnel. Nobody really home though for that. Infiltrator dancing with Ned, who's able to block.
Yeah, that was weird,
also
no?
to find Flya, that's huge. So now all of a sudden it's kind of just on to Moose to really be the only one forward, and he's not going to get through. So good stuff here from FlyQuest, getting a read on the play,
30 seconds left.
and that will be
And
essentially a
now.
flaw in the backside of the site. And I think I would say QoR has learned their lesson a little bit here. Derek can play their post plant safely from way behind, but he's going to call the Hunter's Fury in early, and whoa, they missed the leer. So all of a sudden, Derek needs to try to connect on this as Solana starts to move forward, but Infiltrator shuts that down. Tanza with knives. Kind of using some forward defenders to try to block, but it's not going to happen.
That cover for Kumi to try and farm that orb up. A great snake bite as well to just try and deny that right back. So goes through, and Moose catching Duck out constantly on these lips.
Yeah, and Infiltrator's going to be a problem here with that extra reveal coming through the neural theft. He has got everybody in front of him. Just comes down to the timing of wanting to play through that wall or not, and he will just instead say, we got a 5v3,
Man,
no
this
need
is a good
to scam.
map for FlyQuest, even though it's core map.
Let's just get to work blocking off these lines.
Nice that they won.
Oh, nice shot from
I want to
Sorex,
see 3
can't
maps
get the
though. This
second
series
coming up
can
top.
deliver
Too much of an angle change.
even more,
Find
my
him.
friends. 2 really good things.
Moose on the cross. Shoulders from Derek. And Infiltrator connects onto Salada, so this will do it.
GG!
13-8. I mean, again, small moment of concern, but I think that timeout they call, they hit everything correctly. It's like, okay, let's not get first blooded. Yeah, let's just stay alive. Let's not get spammed out by net. And then we have a chance to still execute quickly. We're on the A point.
Nice face, we take it.
What?
Moose with the
Nah, that's
3K,
insane.
a collat on 2.
What the fuck was that
Oh
Moose?
One
my
of those shots
God.
made-
Who's up punishing you?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, and
Come back
another
to the
pistol round win
spy.
here for QoR. That's 3 out of 3 thus far
Wait.
in this series for the QoR
Wait.
side of things.
Ah, yo, Nat.
And
Thank
net
you, bro.
really stacked into art. Bit of a fake cove to be thrown down to apply that pressure on the B site, pull some rotations.
Net, timing here good. Finds the first brawler. Trying to come
Hesitate a
through
little
and
bit
fly,
there.
at least gets the trade. Arbor wall gonna go up now. And it looks like the hit will be right behind it. Solada still playing in front, has the curveball, waiting for the right sound cues. Oh,
That was
Flyer,
sick by
perfect
Flyer.
counter position on that.
What? There's no
Tons
way, man.
Dealt
For the
with
beat
behind the wall
around.
by Flya as well. So now with the plant and those 3 eliminations, Flya's 1 away from a reckoning, and QoR are starting to stack up the tally early. So that's okay. We just put the utility down. Infiltrator stuck at the moment by Sorex. Net off of the decay, able to find one. Reckoning is going to miss net on top of that. How
Nice
key is
in
that?
that.
Decoy with 3
Beautiful, man.
because of it's a lot of the 4th.
Yeah, that reminds me
The
of
Reckoning
Valiant, not
just
gonna lie.
barely in front. And Salada's run it back. We'll now have FlyQuest is looking to reclaim the space quickly, not give Moose a chance. Whoa! How does he do it? Was the big one. Especially if this commitment comes through. The Prowler out, and Tonza
Nice
doesn't
shot.
care. Dashes away, finds first blood onto a key player and Infiltrator. First curveball not going to do too much. Blaze wall to follow for Salada, getting some space back, though, is QoR. And again, it's just the power of the harbor wall. But Tonza is just a little bit cleaner with the
That was so beautiful,
no
bro.
follow-up. Tonza
That was
gets
so
4 in the
beautiful. Ah, guys, I
round.
don't know, but
Huge
that is
pop
just
off
the
for
goal.
FlyQuest.
Here from FlyQuest, they will be blocked off by the high tide. Nice combo.
But
Unlucky timing.
I wasn't sure if Salada was in front or behind
But
that harbor
still,
wall.
this is a play
And
that
he
they
gets caught
could
with
do
the
together,
curveball out.
right?
So first blood goes to QoR. Here comes the approach on towards sight. Steel Garden will be queued up. Sorex in the corner, but the shorty up close and personal is all you need. Spam from Duck, not fully going to land. And the spike will be down 5v3. And Tonza's going to have to try to retake this with an operator out. Not what you want.
Is he expecting one more? Derek will reveal his position, but Moose is so far back into mid that now net really
Anyone
can't
is welcome
retake
to
from that
drop
angle.
the
They've got a
crosshead
crossfire.
code
He's going to look to regroup with the
of
rest of the team.
Chronicle,
It's
Valiant,
really
now.
not fun
Net
if
on the
you're Tonza
comments.
right now. He's got to
We-
watch everything at
we will
once.
be
And the one player
grateful.
you don't necessarily see is Infiltrator, but he's able to correct
I had it,
the
but I
angle.
lost that.
Find the win now. The Cosmic Divide gets called out. And Kumi just missed out on the window to possibly find Duck. You got to go together. Knife out initially, doesn't really land. Shorty popping through.
Nice,
Tonza's
Tonza.
going to find 3.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just onto
Tonza.
Moose. Able to find the first, but he can't get back over to find the spike diffuser. Trying to think that the high tide is enough for them to call a bluff? No, instead it's a reckoning as soon as that drops. Trying to time it out with the high tide wall falling to see if they can catch the defense on the site, but they're so far out. Nightfall will suppress the A side at Art. That will allow a plant to come down, but FlyQuest are still healthy.
Yeah, look how much space QoR have, though. Infiltrator fully into secret, pressuring in spawn.
Fly up close and personal, turns a stinger into a rifle, but Sorex shuts that down. Sorex still dealing
Nice,
with the
Sorex.
lineup
That's
on
my
the backside
boy.
of the site.
Been fine,
So
kind of
that's now
quiet.
down to just Derek
Serious.
and Moose. Could be enough if Derek can find one from this position. He does.
Nice.
Now Moose. 1v3. Low health pulls
Wait,
in
it's
front of him.
winnable.
Has the angle of the
Okay,
spike,
okay.
but net through the smoke connects. For Sorex, just don't fall here. Instead, Fly is going to grab the orb, and Sorex connects
shot,
on the
man.
Infiltrator on the way out.
Let's go.
Huge. Tonza gets through the wall. Moose, other side of his Viper's wall. Oh my goodness, the timing is so awkward, but Moose still gets punished. Able to find one before dropping. Defense can get into some sort of a competitive position around A. And the defensive high tide is going to get called, but Tonza's already in front of him. The spike is already rotated back over to B.
Yeah, and that's the problem with the
Yeah,
mid
but
hole,
they-
right? FlyQuest took
Ground
full
is-
advantage of
should
that
be over
net,
already.
walking through, making the call for the rotation for the
Actually,
rest
it's like
of
less, I
Fly.
don't know.
I have the spike down.
When it's too easy, they throw.
Spike planted.
Okay, Derek and Kumi, time to show up. And this post plant, largely set up over towards pillar, is going to be tough to break down.
They have no utility to work with. Arc Rose just refreshed in time here for Kumi.
Dorek's taking some damage. Gravity Vortex already pulled, actually. Net isolated, but still wins the first. Traded out by Derek. This last 1v2 feels like an impossibility. You gotta go, and you gotta go quickly. Finds the first. Tanza's got a sheriff, and yeah, Tanza knows what's up in front of him. But doesn't have an angle. Wait, doesn't have the angle at the spike. Wait a second. Surely, okay, he's able to get there in time. Okay.
I never doubt it. I never doubt it.
Hear Net's footsteps. That's all you need to know where this hit's coming from.
Yeah, he knows that there's a gap though. Okay, no, we're gonna be running in spawn. Derek's gonna be waiting with that Odin, catching him off on the rotation, and the ruse has been given away. All three players known to be here in A main.
Yeah, Fly still has ult one.
They are
Ron is over now.
trapped.
They're saving this.
I don't know about that. Or Blazewall, part of me has at high tide. So Derek, Nightfall comes through. That's going to affect a lot of this offense. We're now going to commit through that. Infiltrator finds the first. Moose in some trouble, but he's got himself a little bit of space to work with. Flies for a small time. FlyQuest just surround the site. And they're going to use the Cosmic Divide to really establish their post plan here in a 4v3.
Yeah, giving free repositions here, trying to retake that art control, but the timing is really awkward. Flya just on the other side of things gets the drop on Duck. And then you have the backstab incoming here from Sorex, but will he have the timing?
Has to go quickly, too. That's the other problem about this. Kumi, a little bit of a head in a swivel moment. Now gets a little bit of a response towards where this post plan is set up at. Has to get the first and does. Can you bully out the second? Keeping that off the angle. Finds the elimination. Now it's just down to can you find Sorex, and Flya's in a perfect spot to get the read.
Face your fear.
Tanza, okay, not going to get more, but Salada's there for the trade. On hands for some self-sustenance.
Okay.
Kumi rotating over. Does he expect a player this far forward in Sorex? No, he does not. That's a massive pick. That forces now a lot of pressure over to Moose.
Warming his hands.
Who deals with the initial instance of the run it back. Spray on spot, not going to work out. Did he see a barrel of Sorex there? May not matter. Infiltrator's already dropped. And Moose is about to be flanked. Although Salada misses the opening shot. Gives Moose a chance off the reload. Might not be, because Kumi's by themselves. And yep, Steel Garden comes through. Is able to avoid it. And that's good Vine control because Tanza was right there. So now Kumi is known. How long can you stay up? Deletes more Vines. Prowler also deleted. He's taking away a ton of utility, which is so key. And is able to find a kill. They cannot find Kumi at all. Now you've got help on the cross. Tanza gets one, but Kumi is still making a mess at the backside of screens. And the rest of QoR are able to absolutely sweep this under the rug. Situation with these hits towards A. Derek.
Crazy timing, bro. Moose gets one and survives.
Key first one. Showstopper works out for Infiltrator, getting up and over the screen. Follow-up from Derek is there. Salada only able to find one. He's looking for more on the site, but he's having a hard time
almost
tracking them
still
down.
alive, bro.
Able to isolate onto Moose, but loses his teammate in Salada. Derek is just tossing shoulders, just trying to keep Sorex interested while the rest of the defense rotates over. This is a good position to try to battle for Sorex for now. But
it's the same kind of contact play as we saw as last round.
Yeah, but Derek, on this angle, I was gonna say maybe gets a spray down, but couldn't get his feet planted, and Donza punishes. So a big first blood. Viper's been queued up to respond for that for QoR. And honestly, with an Odin and, well, a Vandal and a bunch of other lower weapons, you think that that's gonna be hard to clear. But now there's numbers that really allow FlyQuest to pause for a moment here, and they could try to refract back over to B if they'd like to. Don't have to commit to the Viper's pit.
Yeah, they just want to make QoR as uncomfortable as possible. That's why that Blaze ends up going up mid-site on A, trying to force some sort of fight out of the QoR players, knowing that being down in a 3v5 makes them much more likely to look to make a mistake as they try to even up that tally a little bit. But actually reworking into that pit.
Yeah, they're going to try to bully ball it. Okay, you're deciding to play in front of Moose.
Oh.
Holy cow.
The timing of that wall.
Yes, this boombot could find some value though. Moose Infiltrator able to push through. The shorties are doing the work.
Bro.
Pit will fall. Kumi on the cross. Infiltrator is still holding.
Oh
Steel Garden is out. And this is what I'm talking like.
Time.
I know you have weaker weapons. And
I map the point for QoR.
Jumping into Moose in a pit.
allowed FlyQuest to break into that area of the map, but QoR have been so disciplined in really not allowing themselves to get picked off in those moments.
Playa on the cross, get some information that this is a commitment. Site going to be allowed to be grabbed here by QoR, looking to play retake. They have no ultimates available at the moment, but Derek, if he finds one, will have a nightfall, which could be massive. Moose, the first one though up, sees the shoulder, a little knee pop. That's enough for first blood. That's Tanza out of the picture.
Solada?
Trying to hold, but Solada has a crossing angle that shuts down two. Duck on the counter, able to find another. So 3v2 situation for the post plant, but Gwear and Flya have the cove to play off of. Pressure comes through. The vacuum of the gravity well will work out very nicely.
Okay. They're still in the game. 2 rounds.
Second. Could just be a burst play here. Timing of the high tide is nice. Cove trying to get into the mix, but honestly, again,
Nice shot. Yo, Kumi, you are clean, bro.
But Kumi's in their way.
Good
Infiltrator
play.
also connects. Leaves it to Duck and
Yeah, my
Sorex.
friend, just like that. Card game in the previous champs. Out of back. Ain't FlyQuest. Ain't bro.
Replenishes this choke at B main.
It was a good series, man. Too good.
And it just
Actually,
feels
I'm tired
like
of saying
the
that.
hopes
Like,
of FlyQuest
for me, there's only
have
good
been
things here, bro.
squandered
Like,
with this
low key, only
rebuttal
good players. It's actually
on the
insane.
B side.
Of course, one.
Nightfall just
Some
to
are better
confirm
than
it.
others.
Sorex
But
gets hit.
this region is very stacked.
Duck trying to keep him safe. But Moose is on the flank. And there's just going to be nowhere to go. QoR is fully set up and prepared.
And
We're
man,
all hoping that Infiltrator would to pull the trigger.
things on VCT, bro.
With
You know,
bated
like
breath.
every player that are there,
Duck gives you the opener.
they gotta
No
be
foul.
careful, bro, because
Nowhere to
there's a
go.
lot of
Duck
people
will
to replace
fall,
them.
and QoR will take the
GG!
two.
Well played, QoR.
13 down,
Ain't
they're
the
at
FlyQuest,
13-10
my
with a
boys.
masterful second half defense. You're on Pearl.
Yeah, I think it was a nice attempt there from FlyQuest. I saw the vision. They
It is time, my friends.
They're really
NIG
just
Esports,
again,
new roster
leverage hair
versus
is
Set
comfort on
Esports,
that
new
way
roster
lane.
as well. And
The
this is the
utility
first
from
time I
that
see the
breach
new
is gonna be
side.
so good.
Paint
Being able to
back on the
set him up
duelist
for
here.
success in those moments, I think this
Let's
is
go,
a bit
let's
of a
go.
fun strat here on defense to start things off for Energy Academy. They want to go for a
And
fast
Energy is
squad
looking really good, guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say it feels like just a lot of just hit the site with a ton of utility, let the Waylay do whatever they want to do. Hey, O'Day for the first blood. Vita responds though, so again, kind of aggression for aggression. Nice little stall out as Sad Esports will be able to get the spike planted, but the defense is of course still knocking at the door and waiting to figure out where exactly they want to use their utility for this retake.
They have a lot of work with still. Giza still with one flash in hand.
Ooh, they get the read on Avita inside the smoke. Means they're gonna hop
Okay.
for the fuse, and that won't work. Little crossfire setup here between the backside at tree and up top at tower has Ange by themselves. Yeah,
Zajiano,
halfway,
the name?
gonna have to check an easy shoulder, no problems there. And this classic will not get the job. Problem is, defense is largely stacked for this setup. There is the fault line. Heyo able to find one. That responds one of their own, make it two. Outlaw doing the job, and Pain will keep things safe.
Nice,
Brent's
Vita.
nowhere to go.
Nice,
The defense
bro.
will find a couple of openers. Find out soon. Here comes Paint. Off the running back. Ooh,
Nice
hey,
shot.
Day with a nice first blood.
Nice shot.
Follow-up is going to be great.
Yeah,
On
has
top
aim,
of
bro.
that, behind onto Zajiano. Pain able to find one and make that two on the backside of the play. So it keeps this alive, but Pain can't quite find Ange up top. The trade is in. Mixy battle 2v2, and Sean Deck's not going to be able to get into the picture. So
Gotta get
now
some
it's
more.
just down to Heyo Day. And honestly, there is a
He's always
world
moving,
here
always
where if you
crouching,
get
man.
one, you could throw the paths out and try to really overwhelm the last member, whoever it happens to be. But I love that. Sad just kind of
Oh,
jump out, take the
NT.
light.
Back in a flash.
Ayo just going to try to avoid the Prowler line of sight. And ooh,
That was a good
call
goal.
in the paths here. But Ayo's going to take a ton of damage. You do a setup though, Ange.
Yeah, that was a nice
Beautifully
combo.
with
Well
the
played by
orbital strike
Energy.
behind the play. Finds two, and now all of a sudden has Sad a little bit stuck here inside of his arcade position. But
They went back. They got
no
AO
foul
there.
ball from Energy Academy will keep us in a 3v4.
I
This is such an
saw the
important fight here
gun,
between
bro.
Zaj.
Big gun, dude.
Well, we really don't need that Rolling Thunder, I feel like, in a 4v2, but it was considered
Nah,
for
bro.
a
We
moment
need
by
everything we need.
Giza,
Actually,
and,
need.
ooh,
We need that
dropping.
100% now.
Now has the defense a bit spread. Vita carrying the spike is looking towards A, and looks like Paint will try to track back and take through main.
Yeah, they're not rushing.
It's
He's
getting
waiting for
awkward.
Paint.
Both these players split, but 40
He's
seconds
one
still on
away
the
from
clock,
the running
lots
back,
of
by the
time
way.
to look to regroup. Still, though, we'll be taking the 1v1s
This is
with
top
player
pick,
drop
though,
in
right?
1A main. Vita's been spotted.
One enemy remaining.
That's all you need.
Spike down A.
Spike down up top at drop.
Should be wrong.
Coming through fruition though. It looks like the defense is getting a little bit antsy about it. Yeah, gonna rotate back over towards the front. Ayo in some trouble trying to stay away from the Nightfall, but is not finding an exit. No way, no how.
And this is the new Neon, guys.
Rolling Thunder Armageddon.
And bro, Bonnie,
too late from Energy
playing Neon
Academy.
today, got 35
Give
kills,
maybe an
bro.
opportunity to try
He
to
was
play
one of
things
the
over towards door.
best
Shot
performance I've ever
one of the
seen.
flank towards paint, that's fine, but everything else
Did
is
they
all gonna
won
go
though?
towards the A side of the map.
That is the question, bro. Check it out
Really
the
just down
game.
to
It was an epic
Vita
map.
can find
Hero
info
FlyQuest
onto
too.
Renz. If that happens, then you
Nice
have a
Vita.
free sight, and more than that, it's more than info. The kill comes through, and Sad will have a 3v1. Well, Renz is throwing little shoulders. Maybe a little flash to come through. Renz will give up the angle, back off just a touch. No immediate information given, though, off that curveball, nor the haunt. So Renz is actually in a pretty solid spot here to help out on his defense. Yeah, he's going to stall out a little bit more over towards ropes, but Orbital Strike will be used to clear out more of this site. Here comes the crunch, and Renz is stuck, but is able to stay alive. He's it for one from inside the site, and able to turn over for to find two. Vita in trouble, doesn't have the gun up, so all of a sudden, what looked to be a crunch play that was going to successfully come through for Sad is, well, they've got 4 in main, so maybe they will. There's the barrel scene. Zagiana's going to be able to take away the first. Spam doesn't come through for the second. Decent flash, but Vita finds 2 no matter what. And now it's just down
Man, I would
to
like
what
to see the
Hayode could do
communication
with
of
an
the
operator
tier 2
on this
players as well,
retake.
you know?
And that's just too
Like, I think they could implement that.
Heyo's able to find one more over towards ropes, but well,
so
they will
nice,
find
bro.
the trade, and Heyo's got nowhere to go. He's almost like a tale of as old as time. It's just all about blocking off and getting dissection around the site. Shondex gets 1 before dropping. That pulls all the defensive attention over towards Arcade while the hit is coming through Tree. But a 3-man pull up through ropes has Hayode in some trouble. Tries to play the counter flash, not going to work out. Secondary flash also
Nice luck to be
affecting
alive.
most of the members of Energy Academy, and that is about as clean as it gets in terms of bullying
Yeah,
out
Energy's in
tower.
trouble now.
Well, this looks like it's going to set up to be a pretty heavy hit up towards tower. Trapwire does come through. Zagiana's going to have the gun up, ready to go. Opening shoulder, has him kind of wiggling just a touch and runs right back into Shondex, who was never checked over through Tree. Again, the isolation on the site is beautiful with these smokes. And to the defense, rotating quickly behind this play at Arcade. Orbital Strike on the site, not going to affect too much. Energy Academy are still trying to get their feet under them on this post-plant setup, and they are able to find some ground to work with now. Easy, just holding the ropes. Vita somehow able to find 1 orbital strike. That may actually deal some significant damage. And yeah, you got 2 players at half health. But Welly still gets 1. Paint trying to heal himself up off the hot hands. Firewall will also come through, trying to put some pressure on the spike as Welly finds a second. Over the
Nice,
top,
Welly.
Welly gets 3, just down to 1. It's just Shondex left for the 1v3. Able to find the first. Opening shoulder comes
Bro,
out, but
Vita
it's
is so
Vita who holds
confident.
the angle. Plenty of time for the defuse.
Now, though, with the lack of